Hello and welcome to GadgetGuideUSA. Thanks for watching my GANA Gold-Plated 1080p HDMI to VGA Adapter Converter. It includes a 3.5mm port for, to transfer audio and things like that. And this is essentially how it was shipped to me. It was shipped to me in an Amazon Prime padded envelope. I didn't really see the point in doing an unboxing. But this is essentially what you get here. It has a little SKU number on there. That scratching I kind of did while I was tossing it around. It says HDMI to VGA adapter. And we see it here. So this actually has a lot of applications. This is actually not my first one. I need these for all kinds of weird stuff, I guess. But at the same time, let's go ahead and get it open here and dump everything out we find in there. So it's just your standard packaging, nothing special there. But all we really care about is the device here. So we can see this GANA here, and of course I haven't tested this one specifically out. I'm going to here shortly before we go into the live demo. But I've used these boxes before and I'm very familiar with them. Essentially what this is it's designed to plug into an HDMI player or HDMI port for like a DVD player, blu-ray player, laptop out, things like that. My specific use for this one and why I accepted it as a review from GANA is because I want to plug into a laptop and use an old VGA monitor I have. Not the one I'm going to use for the live display. It's quite a bit bigger at home. But that's essentially what my use for it is. And then we have, it comes with this 3.5mm cable. That's because when you output, let's say like for my purpose, sound is going to be combined into the HDMI and sound is going to come out here, so it's really pretty simple. But for lots of devices, you may not be able to do that. Like today for my live view, I'm going to be running it out of a PC, and PCs don't output audio over here. So under normal conditions, using a DVD player or something like that, what you would do is plug this 3.5mm cable in, and then you'd run that to the speakers you want to use, and then you would hook up your VGA cable here, which I'm imagining all you are familiar with. So it's essentially, as far as the review, it's a pretty basic device. What we're going to get to is its actual in use. I have my studio PC hooked up. It does not output audio over HDMI, so we're not going to get an example of that, but I am going to test it out before the live view to make sure that the audio function actually does work. In addition, something it comes with that my other adapters don't, that I've kind of had some problems with in the past, if you notice here, this has a micro USB port, and that's for this. So I've had some problems, not with my particular laptop, but with some laptops. There's like smaller, like the Macbook Ultra Pro doesn't have enough power to power these. And in addition, I have a small projector. It's about a 3x3 cube projector, and it doesn't power enough that when you plug into the HDMI port for it to work. However, if you use this micro USB cable, I'm thinking maybe it'll solve some of those issues. I haven't actually tried it with the powered. My version is essentially this without the micro USB port, so this is a little bit of an upgrade over the one I actually use daily at home, the one I've ran into problems with. So I'm going to go ahead and check and make sure that kind of overcomes some of the problems at home, and then we're going to go ahead and do a live view of the actual product. And we are back. I know earlier I said that I wasn't going to do an actual audio display, but I decided you taking my word for the audio working just isn't the Gadget Guide way, and I had to show you. So I borrowed this laptop here. It has an HDMI out, and I have my really old VGA monitor here with some internal speakers to make it a little bit easier. So we're going to go ahead and go over the connections now. Basically what I did is I plugged the HDMI out right there directly into the laptop here, which is pretty self-explanatory. Run the HDMI, and then I hooked a VGA cable that goes up directly to the monitor, and the VGA carries all the video signal. In addition, since this has the audio speakers built into the monitor, I ran this 3.5mm that's in the back of the GANA HDMI to VGA adapter and ran it to the back of the monitor. But you could really run that to any kind of speaker you wanted. If you have a Bluetooth speaker or some type of speaker that has a 3.5mm in, you could also plug in a set of headphones directly to that without any issue, and it would work fine. So we're going to go ahead and hook it up there, and I have a Gadget Guide video ready to go, of course. Shameless self-promotion. So let's go ahead, and I guess we have all this other stuff here. So let's go ahead and watch the Bobo Z4 Lite, and we'll use VLC Media Player. So if this ever starts, it's not my laptop, and it's obviously a little slow, but there we go. Privacy policy, yes. And you can hear the sound coming out over there. It's quite low. I don't even know how to turn up the sound, so that's not good. Okay, maybe it's a setting here. Oh yeah, the volume is just really low on the laptop. And I've been very impressed. So do not believe that the actual sound quality is an artifact of this device. This is a really old monitor. We're talking 5-6 years old, and the speakers aren't very great. But as you can hear, the sound is coming out of these speakers. There's actually no, I don't even know if there's a speaker on this laptop. And as you can see, it works fine. You can adjust the resolution. If you notice there's this little blackness here, it's because this is a standard definition monitor. It only supports older standard definition, I believe up to 720, but I am outputting this monitor in 1080p. This does support 1080p resolution very well. I've actually used it at home quite a bit at this point. But as you can see, everything works fine. So at the end of the day, the GANA link, or the gold-plated GANA link, HD1080p HDMI to VGA adapter does in fact work. It does audio, as you can hear coming out of the speakers there, and it also does video, and it does video very easily in 1080p without issue. However, if I had a 1080p monitor, we wouldn't have these black bars, and I can actually adjust the resolution to change the to change the black bars would be gone. But overall, it works exactly as described. It does exactly what you want. If you're trying to plug into an old DVD or plug into a DVD player or Blu-ray player with HDMI and hook it up to a monitor or a television that only has VGA in, this is definitely a box that will get the job done. It's value priced, and definitely gets a thumbs up from the Gadget Guide. I hope you enjoyed my review of the gold-plated GANA Link HDMI to VGA adapter with 3.5mm sound out. Comments are always welcome at the bottom of the page. Subscriptions are always appreciated, thank you. And if you have any specific questions, comments, or suggestions, please email me at GadgetGuideUSA@gmail.com. Thank you for your time.